Good morning, guys and dolls. I'm just going into the fridge to get the milk for my coffee. So yeah, but the main thing is the cooker's here. That's the one thing I haven't had for a long time. Just because I've been on my own and I lost the plot. As you know, there's no two ways. There's no two ways about saying it. This is the thing. You've got to say it as it is. You've got to. You can't not mess about with things like this. You can't play games with yourself. That's one thing I'm going to tell you guys. See, once you take that leap, because it's a leap. Whenever you actually tell the wee brother, listen, this is what it is. Yeah, I lost my way. I had a mental breakdown, I had problems, I made mistakes, huge mistakes, whatever scenario that somebody's got themselves into because of grief or because of some other unseen mental health issue that you have that nobody has a clue about. It's time you've got to say, yeah, that's what happened. So yeah, I lost my way, lost the plot, went mad. As you know, I'm not going to go on and on about it, guys. It's the same people watching my videos, so I'm not going to just keep talking about what happened. I don't need to. It doesn't bother me. This is the thing. It doesn't bother me that I was talking to my dogs, trying to communicate with my wife. You know what I mean? That was drug induced. You know what I mean? Lack of eating and lack of sleeping, and yeah, along with everything else. So yeah. But it's the mental state that gets you into that place where you're taking something, where you're, as you know, mine was cocaine, and yeah, everything is bad. Every drug, every drink, like life-threateningly bad, and it's not until you've been to the edge of that life, and actually died, and for the grace of God come back, that you wonder why there's even any of these things in our society, like alcohol and drugs, But, that's another video. But I'm going to throw a wee video on just in here just to show you what it's like outside. It's cold. Cold this morning, guys. Very cold this morning. But the sun's coming up. The sun's peeking out. Just starting to peek out. Back to the house. So there, yeah, it's cold. So going to get a cup of coffee, and dogs have been out the back, and they're not interested. It's still early, so I'm going to continue this up the stairs. So let's make up my coffee. First coffee this morning. Fucking freezing outside, guys. But what a day yesterday. What a day yesterday. Been non-stop. Absolutely non-stop. This bike. Honest to God, like it's doing me nothing, like, to be honest with you. So we were looking for them again yesterday, and me and one of my mates, been walking for miles, because honestly, it's a warren of paths. I've been here this long, and I've never even knew it was there. Obviously, wouldn't really know it was there. It's about 2 mile away, really. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I should have. You know what I mean? It's a warren that runs between all the villages. And geez, oh, it's perfect for criminals. Like, I mean, you got pathways, and like you got like a tarmac pathway going this way, that way, and every way, and then you got other wee pathways going off, all the different grades. So you've got a pathway where you can just get through with a dog. You know what I mean? And then you would have a pathway where you could quite comfortably go through with a dog and not get jagged or hinged. And then you would have another pathway that you could get through on a wee motorbike. You know what I mean? Where they're jumping about. It's amazing for dirt bikes. It's a really healthy forest, um, and a bog land and everything. A lot of wildlife. It's really, really nice wee bit. Like, you know what I mean? But so yeah. So the problem now is word's got out now. You know what I mean? So there's three of them on it, balaclavas. And somebody almost got them off it yesterday. And then last night, gets a message from Katie, got the bike. So I'm sending messages out to my mates, got the bike. You know what I mean? It's all good. And then she phones, she goes, I haven't got the bike. I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, Gary, she goes, I picked it up wrong. No, Gary had seen a video of the bike, you know what I mean? But we'd seen this video 2 days ago, you know what I mean? It was as soon as it went out. I think when they found the bike, they videoed it, right? They videoed the bike with the number plate. You get me? And they put it up in a WhatsApp group. So that tells me they never stole it. You see, now crooks, when they steal stuff, they don't video the number plates. They don't do that. They just would never do that. But if we find something, that's different. You know what I mean? Because the brain doesn't work the same. You understand? So that's my taking of that particular video. So within a couple of minutes of it going up, I found out that obviously, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I know everybody. You know, I know all the wee tour. They call me Gypsy Mark. You know what I mean? I've lifted all the scrap everywhere. I've like thousands of pounds worth of scrap around this area, and all the other areas. You know, people know me. You know, and I know people. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So the problem now is that they're gonna know that it's my my girlfriend's bike, and they're gonna burn it. They're gonna burn it. They'll burn it out. You know, it's too hot now. You know what I mean? There's too hot. There's too many. There's too many bad people looking for them now. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, like because that's the way it works. You know that's you can imagine. You can imagine. You know what I mean? You know, it's Katie's bike. You know, Katie's got. You know, I mean, I'm from Belfast. And, you know, Katie's Scottish. You understand? So Katie's got all her family and things going on. It's got nothing to do with me. You know. Um, and that's just the way it is. That's life. You know what I mean? But like this is the only time stuff like this has ever happened. You know what I mean? Because Katie really loves her bike. Rhonda the Honda. She named the bloody thing. You know what I mean? She's fucking emotionally. I'm telling you, she's emotionally attached to this bike. You know, that's just all I've heard in the last 48 hours. I want my bike back. You know, so I'm trying my best. But yeah, she keeps getting on at me because of the mess. I know you know what I mean. Because yesterday I done a video and she's like, "The kitchen's a mess." I'm like, "The kitchen's normal." You know what I mean? It's just a normal kitchen. You know what I mean? It's what you know, not sitting tidying everything up to do a video. You know what I mean? That's mental. Okay, hell. And you know, it wasn't that bad. It's just lived in, and I was trying to say that they're like people don't care about that. Everybody's the same, you know what I mean? They're just glad to see somebody normal on YouTube, to be honest with you, you know. So let me know if I'm right or not, you know what I mean? If you want me to tidy up, or let Katie know everything's good, you know what I mean, in a comment, you know. So no, but everything else is good, guys. You know what I mean? Still painting. I haven't been painting. I've been out looking for a bike. You know what I mean? So but yeah, I'll get the painting done. Cougar came yesterday, and Fred's Freezer came. Phoned the council to see if they could plumb it in, but they want nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? They just rather you just batter in and try and wire your own gas cooker up. You know what I mean? That's for swear to God. You know what I mean? They're nuts. Like the West Lothian Council are mental. Like they don't care about anybody. Don't care about you. Could be sitting here out of like totally out of your nut, and they would tell you to fit your own to put your own gas. Connect your own gas cooker up. You know what I mean? So yeah, dangerous. I know it's not funny. I know people have died. So you know what I mean. You know, but you got to see the funny side, guys. You know what I mean? So Lee's made me promise not to do it. Lee's went, please, please, Sparky, don't. Get somebody to do it. I'm like, I will. So I'm in the process. I'll get that done today. I'll find somebody over the weekend, a wee weekend dinner for somebody. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna have to hit the council for. I'm gonna have to hit the social for money. Like, I'm gonna have to hit them for something. Like, I'm gonna have to behave like I was a skimming to the country, man. Because I, it is what it is, guys. You know what I mean? But no, I was just thinking. I'm hopefully I'm talking to somebody right now, and I'm putting myself out there. You know, I'm just gonna tell you straight, right? I'm trying to get in contact with Tony Martin. Okay, now Tony Martin is meant to be the leader of the National Front. Yes, the National Front, the NF. So I'm interested. I would like to interview him, and I think you would maybe, because if the NF, if this, the far right, this is the far right. I keep going on about I'm looking for the far right, can't find the far right anywhere. Well, the NF is the far right, and it's no me saying kidding on, and I haven't come across anybody that's far right and not say, and I'm not giving him my channel to push his political views. In no way am I doing that. My channel is called Freedom Dad. The freedom is freedom of speech. The dad is because I'm just not a baby. Okay? I don't care who you are, what your politics are, what your ideologies are. My channel is open to anybody from any side to come on and allow me to interview them and ask them why they are the way they are, why they think the way they think, and what drives them, what pushes them, and what's their end goals. That's the kind of things I just want to find out from people like Tony Martin and other people in the far left or in the extremism of Islam. It intrigues me. It interests me, you know. And if I'm honest, you know, I like to know these things. It's good to always know. It's good to be informed. I think you can always make an educated, you know, opinion, this a proper decision where you're not making any mistakes. When you get all the information from everywhere and you put it in the one position where you're able to look through it, discard that, put that to this side, put that in that category, and then after looking at it all, examining it all, making an educated decision of what direction you particularly want to go in yourself. And that's all it is. This is what my channel is about. It's not about being biased, it's not about being far right or racist or anything like that. My channel is about free speech, and it's a free speech of every man and woman, you know. So has I'm saying that, right? So I don't know if I'm going to get him or not. I don't know if he'll come on. We'll see. Um, I'm going to have a chat with him soon when I can. I'm trying to reach out to him and X, etc., etc. So I'm just being open and honest. I'm an open book, guys, with these. So if you don't want to watch it, I understand. Um, I wouldn't imagine he's going to want to unsubscribe because let's hear the guy out first. That's what I imagine. I know some people don't agree, but we're not some people. I think my community's different than everybody else's communities. That's what I think. You know what I mean? And it's not just because it's small. My community will grow. We will grow, but we will grow really, really good and strong. It'll be very slow, but it will be a community of really, really strong people that are all on the same wavelength. And there's only good things can come from that, believe you me. I don't know exactly what, but promise you guys, hang in there. There's good things to come for our community. I do believe that. So yeah. So going and saying on to that, I'm just gonna talk about another controversial issue that's on my mind that I struggle with because, you know, so I'll tell you what actually has sparked the bulb, to be honest with you. I was watching um a thing about America on Congress, and I can't remember who it is that was talking. Um, I'll throw it up.
But this is the kind of stuff Mr. Musk found. He found that the USAID gave money to support electric vehicles in Vietnam. Our money, taxpayer money. He found that USAID gave money to a transgender clinic in India. I didn't know that. I bet you the American people didn't know that.
That's the kind of things, as you understand, it's about the USAID, which is US aid. Okay? And like us foreign aid, like I'm quite surprised that he's shocked. He's like he doesn't know. Our government tell us what they're doing with our money, and there's nothing we can do about it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like all the money's bad, which is I'm going to say here. Now, you know, the bit where I stopped it is the bit that I'm talking about, the transgender bit. Now, this is where I've got a wee bit of a stickler, guys. And I want you to understand my thinking so you sort of understand it from another point of view. So there is no doubt in my mind that there's kids, children, born in this world today in the wrong gender. No doubt about it, right? And I'd like to think that I know you're Generation X, but I'd like to think most of you do understand that. Now, maybe you don't understand. I'm going to take these off because where's my other glasses? Oh, I know what to do. Turn the TV off. So, um, maybe you haven't met a boy, a wee boy that you know from day one. That's a girl, you know. Now, as they get older, they walk, they talk. Everything is about them as a girl. They play with dolls. They want, you know, they want to dress up in girls' clothes. It's just in their DNA. They are girls, but for some ever reason, they were born in a boy's body, and it works the other way. Now, the problem is there's a lot of wrongians out there, right? That get catch the headlines. People that are doing it for a fetish. Oh, I'm a man in a girl's body, or I'm a woman in a man's body, and it's a fetish, right? And these people are always pushed to the forefront, and that's the problem, right? This is the big problem, because everybody focuses on these wrongins, and you know the ones that are wanting to go into women's toilets because they get a kick from it. So they say, "Oh, I'm a woman, a guy." I'm talking about. Oh, I'm a woman now. And the next thing I'm transgender, so he's got to go in their women's toilets with his little girls and everything. You understand? So that's where a lot of us are like, nah, no, we're none of having none of this. But I want you to really, really think about this. You know, you really need to think about the genuine children, kids that are growing up in this world that are like different genders than the ones that they look like. And sometimes we do need to help these people out, you know. I don't know the answers. I don't know how we help the genuine ones out without allowing others. Personally, me, I would get a lot of people like that together and ask them how they would stop the imposters, you know. Um, Personally, I do believe, just like being gay, like Philip Schofield, you don't just become gay at 50. You know, that's what I personally believe. You know, as far as I'm concerned, that's just a deviant. That's just a deviant. You know, um. So in the same way, I think we could generally go along the lines of, you know, a young boy or a young girl. It would be noticed. Somebody would notice it. You know, people would. I think we're at that stage now where we could be paying attention to children growing up like that. You know, but then the problem comes is then straight away I can see a problem then is so where whereabouts, so say we've got a child and we've got a system set up to look out for these children so we can catch them early and make sure they get the help that they get, the gender or whatever they need to do, yeah, um to be able to get them back into the right body. Can you understand that? You've got to look for the human being here, guys. I know this might be difficult for some of you, but I promise you, there is children being born in this world in the wrong bodies. I promise you, on my mother's grave, I've seen it with my own eyes. It's it's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking, but it doesn't need to be. You know what I mean? It doesn't need to be, but it's really difficult because we have a problem of deviance. We have a problem of really bad people taking advantage of that situation, and therefore it causes problems. You know, like the gender in sport, and that shouldn't. You know, that's not fair. You know, and I think most like gender different. Well, I don't know what the word is. Kids like that would understand that if a girl is born in a boy's body, she would understand, or he would understand it. she would understand. It would be unfair for her to enter into a woman's sport because she would be in a boy's body. I imagine most genuine cases like that, that's how they would feel. And it's the ones that aren't sort of genuine. It's really difficult. So what I'm trying to say as well is, so so say my Lucky is starts growing up and behaving like a boy, wanting to play with cars and wanting to, it's just things. Obviously kids do dress up. Boys, I get that, guys. I do get that. But after a wee while, the parents will try and obviously dress the girl up as a girl, boy as a boy, and but after time there is things that parents notice. I know parents who have spoke to me about it. They're broken hearted about it. Believe you me, please believe me. It is not an easy subject for anybody. When you've got a wee girl or a wee boy, and you're bringing that wee girl and wee boy up to be a wee girl and a wee boy, and then somewhere along the line, the wee boy and wee girls want is changing their gender and telling you, and like for some men, having a wee boy like that can be really difficult. You got to understand that. It's really, really difficult. And it's only these parents that are living it actually can see the reality of it all, how real it truly is. And it's only the people that aren't living it that are only watching it from outside and seeing the men wanting to go into women's toilets and men wanting to go to women's jails and, very strange behaviour. And that is because they're deviants and they're using the system for their own benefits. So, yeah, I'm struggling with this, but because I know, you know, it's not really inclusive. So it's not really that inclusive. I feel amongst the right side of politics. People touch on it, people bounce around it, and people give it a wee nod. Yeah, I support it, sort of thing. But that's as far as it goes. You know what I mean? And it worries me when we see in America here, just the rhetoric of the way they're saying. They're making a big deal of this money going to a clinic in Serbia to help kids transgender. You see, that's the thing. Everybody will be like, "Yay, stop the money," but they don't realize there is actually children suffering, and that money is to help them get the operations that they need. And obviously, this would be from parents' consent, and I understand it's a very difficult topic because there is fucking crazy parents out there that would just change their kids' gender and give them puberty blockers and all the rest of it. So it is a really difficult subject. But why we have all these problems going on, guys, you've always got to remember that there's children there suffering because of us adults not being able to sort it out properly. You understand? Because there we've got straight away now a clinic in Serbia that was probably in the middle of helping children, you know, funding getting taken away while people cheer and clap, because of the rhetoric of it and because of the misunderstanding of it all. And like I say, you know, things like this, it's only till you know that you understand, and that's what gives you power. That's what makes you stronger than other people, guys. And this is why I'm taking the time out to talk like this, because I know a lot of people don't like talking like this because they don't want to lose followers. They don't want to, a lot of channels go on that basis alone. They won't touch anything that will lose them a subscriber, and it leaves the channel pretty boring. And you're going to notice same channels the longer you're on YouTube. You'll see, because eventually it becomes boring. It's the same rhetoric because they don't go outside the box, you see. And you just get fed up with hearing the same shit inside the box. So I try to bring you stuff that's outside the box, that's different. And it's not because I'm special. It's because I've got the balls to talk about it. That's all it is. I'm not here for money. I'm not here to pretend to be somebody I'm not, to get used to click and grow the channel and all the rest of it and get other people in and do wee short videos and all the rest of it. I'm not here for none of that. And people will realise that in the long run, and that's how we will grow, because we will stand out from the rest. There's no two ways about it. And hopefully you will learn from me and start doing your own channels, and growing your own channels and growing a sub community, you know what I mean? guys, this is how revolutions start, man. That's a joke, by the way, YouTube. That's a joke. You know what I mean? Jeez, oh, gotta be very careful. But yeah, you know what I mean, guys. A revolution of peace. You know what I mean, guys. A revolution of love. A revolution of Christianity. You know, that's all I want. You know what I mean? I want my religion to come back to the way it was, where everybody was going to church and everybody was getting, everybody knew each other, and all the kids grew up together in Sunday school and the BB, and all the parents were always together. You know what I mean? Because kids were always together, and you know everybody just knew everybody, and anything went wrong in the community, everybody would know who it was or what you know what I mean, and it was just you know, it was a good way to live back in the day, wasn't it, guys? And we did have our problems, and some people would look back and have bad memories of it. But when you think of it today and you look at the way we're going, it did look pretty good back then, didn't it? So I'm going to leave you on that pleasant note for the day, and I will try and come back with a video today. Fucking yesterday was hectic, so I'm not going to make any promises. So do forgive me. The weekend's coming. I'm going to hit these with two lives, Saturday night, Sunday night. Promises. We'll have I'll be, a couple of hours. Hopefully get guests on Sunday. We'll see what happens. Okay, guys. So all my love and God bless every single one of you.